Wow. Well, if you want to know why, if anybody watches this and you want to know why I had to kill the stream after a couple minutes, it's because I couldn't get. I used EDHM UI to change the cockpit colors and they're all messed up after the patch. So I just wanted to go back to default till they can patch it or whatever. There was a patch for it, but it didn't fix it. Apparently, it didn't fix whatever that problem is. So all the colors were all gibbled up everywhere. So I killed the stream. I told it to try to get to go back to default. There's really no immediate default setting that I saw. I had to delete the XML file for graphics settings override. That didn't do it by itself. Then I had to uninstall the EDHM UI. It's a whole big clusterfuck. Uh, Here's what I don't get: the mere fact that FDev forces everybody to have this orange crap unless you use some third-party mod, instead of having an option in the game to change some of these colors, to me is retarded. And before you get upset at my use of the word retarded, yes, I meant it. I meant it in the sense I meant it. They're retards. No, I'm not apologetic. And no, I don't care if it hurt your feelings. I just want to clarify that. Just throw that out there. But the fact is it's just stupid. It is fucking retarded. Why? That's a simple thing, I would think. Third-party people did it. They created something that allows you to do it. So, I just don't get it. In any case, I had to delete all that. Hopefully they'll fix it because I really liked the colors I was using. But it was, after this patch, it was really messing up other colors. And it wasn't setting all the colors right in the UI anyway. So I'm back to the standard colors. I guess I'll just have to, it'll be aight. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Aight. Yeah, straight gangster. Anyway, let's go to outfitting and let's see if perchance they have those modules in there that I can. I remember there were some of them some of them were like 6 cargo racks. Yeah, I don't see. It would be like 6D, I guess. Yeah, I'm not seeing. Yeah. 6E or 256. What? Wait a second. Oh, those are 8. 7's 128. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, like I said, from what I understand, you get the money immediately, but you got to wait on the modules that you got from being in the top 75 or top 25% of the CGs. You got to wait on the modules. I don't think they're. I think it takes days to a week or something. In any case, I re-equipped this thing. I took out all the storage, put back in my collector limpet, prospector limpet, and fighter hangar and refinery and all that to mine with this thing. Now this one right here was a FSD booster, which put me up to like 31.9 min. But I don't really jump with these ships. Not the mining ones. I just dock them at my carrier. My carrier is normally parked where I'm mining. So I figured I could use 3 more to speed up the collection. I could use 3 more collector limpets. So now this is 8. There's 11. That's a 5. And there's another 3 to 14. If I really needed to jump long distance, I could. But that 10, it doesn't matter. Anywhere you need to go in the bubble, I can get there at 21:38 just with extra jumps if I had to. And this thing is really good on fuel, so I don't really need that. I'd rather have 3 extra limpets in there to collect faster. I thought about putting a ground vehicle hangar in here or bay, and then being able to land, but I don't need that either. This thing is, I need to keep it specifically for mining or transport, and that's what it is. Docking, making sure everything's in here. Definitely want my fighter hangar. This prospector is a 5A, and this collector is a 5A. The collector should be up there, so I'm gonna move this. Wait. Hold up. Yeah. Collector needs to be with the other collectors. So we're going to do this. Okay. Cargo, cargo, cargo. Collector, collector, collector. Shield, prospector, and refinery. Yeah, that works out. I'm going to go test this out. And so, shit, always going to mess with that. Fire groups. Okay, so we want collector. We want that. All the collectors. Prospector will be 2. Mining with the collectors, so I'm shooting those out at the same time. And then collector also for the universal. All right, I think we're good. So I'm going to, since the CG's all over now, I'm going to, let's see if the colors are back to what they're supposed to be in here now. Yeah. Anyway, what I was talking about was, it's not the most comprehensive collection of different things, but they gave you a bunch of different things to choose from in the way of backgrounds and foregrounds and stuff. Oh, kind of like that. I already got that. So I've been messing around with things in here, seeing what's what. That's not. I want something more. Oh, man, you can't even see that though. Not a fan of that either. Kind of like that, but you can't see it. You can't move them around or anything or offset them, so they're kind of like where they are is where they are. Ooh. Huh. So yeah, there's a lot. They did a decent job of this. I'm kind of. Ooh. I like that you can see it in the top left corner what it's going to look like. I just wish you could like alter the size of the pick bigger or smaller, the planet bigger or smaller, things like that. Well, that's not bad. And it'd be nice if I could tilt that planet instead of it being tilted to the right, tilted to the left, or tilt the axe to the left. That's not bad. Kind of like that. I do kind of like that, but it doesn't stand out very well. Weyland-Yutani, making better worlds. I love it. What's that? So you can't. I like the diamond too. There's a diamond in here other than this one that actually looks pretty good, but again, it's behind, so it doesn't stand out very well. Like, you can't even see what the hell that is. It's just too small. That's not bad, I guess. Nope. Kind of like that. This, kind of like that, but when you look up the little, that's what people are going to see. The little thumbnail up in the top left. You can't tell what the fuck's going on up there. It's too busy. You can't tell. That's so I'm just like, kind of like that too. That's not bad. I'm going with the whole mining thing because that's, huh. So yeah, I'm not completely set on what looks best. I'm just kind of going through things. That's what I was using, I think. And then there's another one with just stars, but I kind of like that. I think I'll just stick with which is that for right now. But yeah, I decided to make my own and go through the whole, since my theme USCSS Nostromo is the mining ship and salvage ship from the original Aliens movie. I'm going with the whole Aliens theme. So then I've got the Weyland-Yutani Corporation, WYMC, Weyland-Yutani Mining Corporation, and then I've got their theme, their motto, "Building Better Worlds." And I think I'm good with this. Whoa! Suddenly, I can't exit with my. Whoa! Suddenly, I can't exit at all. I'm stuck in here. Yeah, I'm stuck in. Even trying to use the mouse. Yeah, I can't get out of here. Huh. That's something. Yeah, I'm stuck in. Let's try exiting the main menu. Oh, god damn it. That's not what I wanted to do. Well, you know, I'm going to restart the game because I chose the wrong fucking thing. Yeah, I was completely stuck in that menu. I couldn't do anything. Like, and then I got to turn off the VR, Steam VR that always wants to boot up when I fucking start a game, and that even though I'm not headphones or the headset, the VR headset isn't even connected, but Steam VR constantly wants to start. If it's a VR game, I have to constantly shut it down. So it's fucking annoying, but it's Steam, and Steam has become annoying to me in a lot of ways. And I don't even have this game through Steam. It's just Steam's VR reads that I've got a VR game. Continue, solo, and let's see if I'm still stuck in that menu. That was fucked. I'm afraid to go in there now. I mean, I'm I'm going to have to because I got to test this again. But next time I will exit to main menu instead of exiting the game completely. You know what I'm saying? Jesus Christ. Always something stupid. That was my own dumb fault for exiting. But still, it wasn't my fault I got stuck in that fucking squad menu. That's not my fault. That's not me. I didn't do that. That ain't me, babe. No, 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 it ain't me, babe. It ain't me you're looking for, babe. There's a little fucking Bob Dylan for you. In case you're interested in that. While we wait, give you some elevator music. Little Blue Oyster bar from the Police Academy movies, the gay bar. Give you some of that music too. Okay, now we're gonna go in here again and see if it does it again, because that's something. I don't know what the hell happened. So what we did is we were in the edit identity. Okay, we were in here. We backed out. We went. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. But you know what? We're gonna get out of here. I'm gonna go jump my carrier and do some fucking mining. Is what I'm gonna do. With this ship, I want to try it. I did a little bit, but then the CGs were happening, and I was like, "Fuck that! I'm going to make real money." Oh, I'm already on the carrier. I forgot. Well, that might explain. You know what? Actually, what I need to do is I need to jump to. I'm all fucked up over here. I need to jump to here to go test to see if the. Maybe they got the modules in there, but I would have thought they would have shown up here. I would have thought they would have shown up here as something I could transfer, but if not, we'll find out here in a second. Auto launch in progress. I really do like this ship, I'm not gonna lie. This one is the go-to for mining and transport until that Type 11 comes out, which may replace it for mining, and then it'll just be the go-to for transport. And then the Mandalay is the go-to for fucking exploration. It's something special. This ship is so much more snappy on the controls than any Type 9 or Type 10, and has gobs of storage and great mining cargo capacity. Is just great. Yeah, I can go anywhere I need to go without having that module in there, that frameshift drive boost or whatever, the alien one. It would be nice if that fucking thing would go away. There we go. So I'm just that freed up a slot and allowed me to have three more collector lipids out at the same time for a total of 14, which does speed up your collection, which means your collection per hour is higher. Or I could put something else in there. I don't know. But I think I could put a fuel scoop in there if I had to go long distances or something. But this thing's really fuel efficient. Like you can do a lot of jumps in this. Even the longer jumps, if you got everything engineered, even the longer jumps with the alien FSD booster or whatever, it just, you can get a lot of jumps in before you have to worry about fuel. It's just overall a great ship. FDev knows how to get my weak points are good ships, good looking ships with great aspects to them. F you, F Dev, for making me want to buy the Mandalay and then the Panther Clipper. So we're going to go in here and see if maybe those modules are here. I know they're probably not. The CG's just ended, but I'm impatient, and I'd like to have the modules, and I'd like to have them on my ship. Or on my carrier, even if I don't use them. You should.
Docking procedures and enjoy your visit. Request approved. Cleared for landing on docking bay 3-2. You are clear for automated approach, Commander.
You should be looking forward to my presence on your station. I'm like a rock star. So I show up, everybody's coming for autographs. They're all going to want to hang out at your station when they know I was here. I'm doing you a favor. Don't forget it. I really need to get back into VR with this game. I love the VR in the ships, and then slightly less, but still good in the SRVs. But then absolutely horrible on foot. It's not VR on foot. It's just a big floating monitor in your headset with a gray background. It's horrible. It makes me sad. That's the one thing that keeps me from playing VR in this game. Because I want to get out on foot at times, and I know it's going to just kill any immersion, any entertainment or enjoyment of the VR experience. So I can't bring myself to do it most of the time. It is what it is. A superstar, yeah. What's up, 3? Yeah, I'm a superstar. You know, everyone can dream. Don't tell anybody I'm not. We got to keep the dream alive. All right, now let's go check. I'm pretty sure it's going to be days to a week before they actually hand out the module awards from the CG. Yeah, don't let your memes be dreams. Right. Well, I tried. I tried to be a superstar. Everybody just kept telling me to shut up, that I'm not a superstar. So I finally let the dream die. But in the digital world of Elite Dangerous, I can still pretend. All right. Stored modules. I already checked the stored. Here's what I think it was rank. I think it was a 6. Was the modules reward were like 6, size 6 cargos, and they would have to be Ds. So obviously they're not handing them out yet. I expect it to be 3 or 4 days to a week before you can get the CG module rewards. And what else was it? There were weapons too. I think like 2. Maybe they were. I forget what the hell they were. I think they were plasma accelerators, mate. They were either railguns or plasma accelerators. Yeah, these are the ones I already have, and that's the standard one. But we already had maintenance. It went down for maintenance today. So I assume it's going to take days. I think some people were saying that I don't normally care about them all. I'll do the CG occasionally. I don't do them all the time. I did these 2, and then I did the one before, and it was just for the money. But this time they had some decent modules, so I made sure I was on the top 25%. But I'm pretty sure They were saying that it's going to take days to a week to hand out the modules. Oh, the 3-hour maintenance. Oh, I'll tell you what kind of torqued me off a little bit last night. I was trying to get some last-minute CMM composite runs, and the servers went down hours before they were supposed to do anything, from what I understood, and so we got screwed. I even lost money because I had a load of those CMM composites in my fucking. I only lost like 350,000. That's no big deal, but see, it was just kind of a kick in the nads because I had a load of CMM to sell. I would have gotten another 57 million. Instead, I paid 350,000. Yeah, they crap that. Dude, I'd gotten like 3 or 4 more runs in. I was like, you know what? There's only 5 hours till the CG's over. I'm gonna put in that 5 hours. I was tired, and I was like, I'm still gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. And then I got like on the 4th or 5th run, and I had the load, and I was about to take off, and next thing I know, I was gonna go sell, and the next thing I know, everything just took a shit. So it is what it is. I mean, it was 350K, but I made like, hold on, I keep forgetting. I started off with 1.1 billion before I started the 2 CGs. I ended up at 6.8 billion after getting all the money from the CGs and then the bonuses at the end. So I can't complain. Like I made a 5.7 billion pretty much, or 5.6 billion. So I know it seems like a small thing, but I wanted to get as many runs in as I could. So, but overall, there's no complaints here. I'm quite content with that 5.6 billion I made. It's quite nice. And then I made my own squadron in the same theme as my ship, which is from the Aliens movie, the UCSS, whatever the hell it is, Nostromo. And so I named it Weyland-Yutani Corporation, and then the theme is making better worlds. I'm just going all out with the Aliens theme. I got nothing else to do, so why not? That's what happens when you get into a game and you're like, hey, I'm not doing anything else right now in the real world. So I need to head back here, I guess, and then jump this thing back out to my mining spot. But yeah, I'm waiting on that fucking Type 11, man. I still want that fucking ship. That'll be the 3rd one that they convinced me to buy with ARCs. They hooked me on the Mandalay. They hooked me on the Panther Clipper. They're going to hook me on that Type 11. Guaranteed. That's why I've saved the ARCs that I have now. So I don't have to buy as many. I'm going to jump the carrier back out to the mining spot and take this thing out mining for a little bit in combat, and dealing with the AI that drops in just to test it all out. I didn't get a lot of testing done on it, but it seemed alright. I got into some combat with it. It seemed alright. I may end up upping the shield from 6 to 7 if I can't deal with the AI without any issues, but I'd hate to do that because I don't want to lose the cargo capacity that I have on here. It's so nice, but even up in this shield 6 to 7 and replacing the shield slot 6 with a cargo slot, especially when those new when I do get those, I don't remember what the exact storage capacity is of the 6s that are supposed to be better than the regular 6s, but it might actually compensate. I might actually end up with the same or more, even if I drop the 7 cargo, put a 7 shield in, and then put the 6 modified cargo in the 6 slot. I'm gonna have to check on that, hash out all the numbers and see how it works out. I don't know, but I love the cargo in this. I really don't want to mess it up, and I think a size 6, if I have to stay with it, it did all right in combat. I mean, it goes down pretty quick, but it did all right in combat when I tested it out mining, like with the AI that drops in. I just got into a fight with him just to see how it'd roll. Seemed to be all right. That's what I'm going to do with this. I'm going to fill it up with limpets. Once I get to the mining spot, then I'm going to go out to the ring that I go to in the HIPS system, and then I'm going to let the AI show up. I'm going to engage them. I'm going to engage them in combat and test this out. See if there's anything else I need to tweak. I've got it fully engineered on everything that I wanted to engineer on it, so it should be. I guess it depends on what I'm fighting and what they're using, but plus I have the fighter hangar in here that I always have on a mining ship, because why not? Why wouldn't you have extra help? You're carrying a load of cargo. You don't want, you want all the fighting help you can get if bots drop in and try to take your shit. And that's why I don't play in open, because I only have to deal with the bots in this. Oh, nice. Yeah. Yeah, I had to switch out and get back to mining setup with this, with the prospector and collector and all that crap, and get the extra cargo slots off. What's your cargo capacity when you have it set up for mining, if you don't mind me asking? I'm kind of curious what people do. I could have another 32 or 64 maybe or something, but I'd have to give up the extra 3 limpets, and like I said, we'll see what happens. I'll see what those other modified ones are like. 920. I think that's what mine is. Hold on. 832 with mine. I could have some more in here. You must have stripped down a little bit more than I did, and you probably don't have a fighter hangar, I assume. Maybe you do. I don't know. The way people do different builds, it's hard to tell. But I'm content with 832. No fighter hangar. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I guess you don't really need it, but I just like having that little extra thing flying around shooting at them. Yeah. Oh, dude, I'm with you. I'm with you. Hell, my vet only has 320, and by the time I get close to filling it, I'm ready to pull my hair out. So I think I'm good with 832. I think you're absolutely. That's what I was thinking. You're absolutely correct on that. I don't think I'd even get this thing filled without. I mean, we'll see, but that's a lot of time. That's a lot of mining. By the time I get the Corvette up to 300, I'm thinking this is enough. That takes quite a time. Yeah, being realistic about it, I don't know that I'll get to 800 even. Maybe 500, and that's pushing it. That's just, I may end up, I don't know, I may end up putting more collector limpets or something on there just to speed it up, losing a little bit of cargo, but we'll see what happens. I want to wait for those modules to come out and see exactly what the numbers are on them when I start looking at how I'm going to move shit around. I bought that, I didn't buy it with RX, I just bought it with regular in-game cash, but that Corsair, I've got it sitting at Shinra de Desra Jameson Memorial where I can get everything I need for it, but I haven't done anything with it yet. I think that's where I have it sitting. I hope that's where I have it sitting. This is here. Oh, you know what I need to do? Where's the Corsair at? Oh, I need to transfer that over. That's only 7 minutes. I'll transfer that. And then... Oh, yeah, I've got that sitting at Jameson. Eventually, I'm going to modify that. I'm going to go engineer that, get all the modules for it, and try it out. People are saying it's a real good combat, maneuverable, and so We'll see. I'll transfer this one here as well. Make sure everything's here. That's coming. That's staying. This is on its way. This is all here. I even set up a cutter for cargo at one point, but shit, with this thing being a cargo ship, I don't really need the cutter as cargo anymore. I don't know what to do with it. I could sell it, I guess. Kind of hate to sell it. I've got everything engineered on it for the most part, looks like. I'll just leave it alone for now, I guess. It is a good looking ship, though. I gotta sit here and wait for my ships to arrive anyway. I might as well jump into each one of these and just kind of check them out. I like the look of the Corsair. It looks pretty cool. I haven't done anything with it, but it might be alright for combat. Let's see what it's got. 3 large and 3 large and 3 medium. That actually might be alright. 3 large and 3 medium. Put 3 large pulse lasers on there. 3 medium multi-cannons. I might have to work on getting that engineered and set up properly. That's a good looking ship. Like I said, I gotta wait another 5 minutes for my ships to show up anyway. And this one used to be a combat. I pretty much stripped all the most of the modules out of it. This Corvette, it was my combat before I got the cutter. I like the cutter better for combat. What can I say? And this is another mining ship, my other mining Corvette. Anacondas are nice, but I don't really find much use for them anymore with all these other specialized and... I use this one for resource gathering because he's got the shotgun blast on there where you can go out and find the selenium brain trees and just blast them from right above the surface and then send out the collector limpets. So this does well with that. What else did I put on it? Yeah, I got the flak launchers. Got the mining lasers. Wake scanner, so I can go out and scan wakes for data as well. It's got a half decent jump range on it. I need to get another wake scanner on something. There was something else I needed a wake scanner on. I set this up just for search and rescue. Like it's got all the healing shit on it. I probably need to work on its engineering. Some of the stuff I don't think is fully... Well, maybe it is. Reinforced shields. Lightweight could go up. Lightweight. Point defense, chaff. Let's see. All that's engineered. Yeah, I've got regeneration sequence on the beams to heal. I think I have... Where's the optional? Where are they at? Where's that? Fuel transfer limpets on this. Repair limpet. Decontamination limpet. AFM. Yeah, I set this up for like a... the fuel rats. I set this up in the mentality of having a ship that could work with them if I ever wanted to mess around with refueling people and going out and healing them or whatever. It needs some tweaks though, I think. This is the first ship the first upgrade that I got in the game when I jumped to an Asp Explorer. Used it for combat and exploration. It was pretty decent. What's the jump range on it? Yeah, it's got a decent jump range. See what I put on it. I haven't used it in a long time, I don't think. Huh. I love this Python MK2, but I haven't really done anything with it either. I love the look of it, but man, I wish I could scroll. Why won't you let me scroll? Jesus, sometimes this game with the controller is kind of a pain in the ass. Let's see what's on here. Oh yeah, that's right. I made this into a frag cannon blaster. I just put all fragment cannons on it. Forgot about that. It's actually fun to use, but what? Why did it just switch to my Panther Clipper? That's weird. It's doing weird things in the game. Let's do this and this again. I can't get to with the controller, I can't get to the damn thing. I have to use the mouse. It's weird. Fragment cannons, corrosive, drag munitions, oversized, incendiary. It does put a hurting on stuff, I'll tell you that. It's fun to fight with, but it's not very practical. Deep plating, thermal spread, drag drives, mass manager, super conduits. Sensors are long range. Booster, all boosters. 3 thermos, 3 supercapacitors. Shield reinforcement, 2 Guardian Shield, 3 Guardian Shield reinforcements. Module reinforcement, a fuel scoop, an advanced planetary approach. Wrong button. Let's see if my stuff all got here. Yeah, I think everything's here. Current. No, everything isn't here. Where's my... Oh, I guess it is. Let's make sure, yeah. Okay. Alright, we're cool. It's time to jump. Carrier services. Carrier management. Navigation. Open galaxy map and figure out where the hell. Here we go. Let's go in and make sure. Game's acting weird lately after that. After the CGs and that patch. Set carrier destination. Boom. Well, now it's just, I'm gonna hang out. Just a matter of hanging out, I guess. I'm just curious about your build. Sometime I'll have to, when I come up with questions, I'm just curious what different people do. Sounds like you got plenty of, I know you said you don't have a fighter hanger on there. I like checking out other people's builds and seeing how they manage the different stuff and what they put in. You never know. I've gotten good ideas from people when I thought I had my ship set up exactly how I wanted, and then I check out somebody's build. I'm like, that's a smart way to do it, and then I ended up changing it. So I like to check out, see what everybody's doing. Yeah, actually, that'd be cool. I'd appreciate it. Plus, I'm curious. I think when they hand out those cargo, if I don't lose any cargo space or only 5 or 10 or something by changing out my shield from a 6 and putting it to a 7, then using one of the special modified cargo 6s, and it kind of balances things out and allows me to have a bigger shield, I think I'll end up doing that. But again, I don't remember the numbers on this stuff, so I don't know how that would work yet. We'll see. It always takes so long. 15 minutes minimum. Oh shit, I forgot I had the volume up. Sometimes it's hours. Hour and a half to jump, depending on how many people are trying to jump. I wish they could find a way to tone that time down a little bit. Hell, even 15 minutes seems long to me if the servers aren't overburdened, but I don't know what's behind the scenes. I'm not a coder. It might be hell on earth trying to coordinate all these people jumping throughout the galaxy. I don't know. 9 minutes to go. And you can't really do anything either when you're waiting to jump. There's nothing, like, you need to be on your carrier unless you want to have to jump there yourself. It's not like I can run down to the mining spot and grab some ore in 15 minutes. It's whatever, I guess.
Attention. Carrier jump sequence is underway. Lockdown begins in 5 minutes.
I'll tell you what I can do to kill some time. Go take a piss. So I'll be right back.
All personnel should be aware that maintenance is due to be carried out on Central Life Support at 0600 hours.
Any passengers who wish to remain in this system must depart the carrier at once.
Jesus. Still 3 minutes. Should have drank more water. I would have pissed longer. Maybe more time would have passed. I need to... Oh, shit. I need to check that. Might have messed up my whole Aliens theme for the Squadron. Oh, no, I did. It's Building Better Worlds. All right. For some reason, I thought I typed Making Better Worlds, which was not the Weyland-Yutani motto. That would have been horrific. All right. Nice.
Attention. Carrier has entered pre-flight lockdown. All services have been...
And I heard, I kept the headphones on, no wireless, when I went to take a bladder empty. And I heard it say something that I haven't heard it say before. If you wish to remain in the system, you must depart the carrier immediately. I don't think it said that. I don't remember hearing that. I mean, it's possible I missed it, but I don't remember hearing that little warning before. I'm wondering if they just recently added that, or if all this time with a carrier, I just never paid attention to that it said that.
Landing pads retracted.
I mean, that's
Hangar bay
pretty cool
secure.
if they added that. It's a nice little warning to people. I just don't remember ever hearing it. That doesn't mean they didn't say it 1,000 times. Maybe I wasn't paying attention, but that sounded new to me. Minute 50. Could test this shit out on some mining again. Well, more thoroughly, I should say. Oh, yeah, plenty big enough. What did I say I have on mine? 832. So, yeah, that's plenty. Like you said, dude, being honest about it, are you really gonna? I don't know that I could be patient enough to fill up to 832, even.
Attention all ships. Hyperspace travel is imminent. Please maintain a safe distance from the carrier. Maintenance task confirmation is acknowledged. All decks are prepared for hyperspace. Attention all carrier crew. Frameshift drive engaged. Attention. Counting down to jump. 5, 4, 3,
Okay.
Carrier
I wish there was a button to fill all, to fill your whole hold up instead of having to hold the thing to watch it count up to 800 and something. Okay. Oh, what was that? Okay, limpets are full. Make sure I have my cruise in. I think we're ready to go. Got 6 of those.
Shift has started. Launch underway.
Okay. Platinum. Hate it when it does that. I just need to find the 2 platinums together. There they are. Yeah, that should be it. Make sure the other one's platinum as well. Yep. Alright. Let's go test this out. See how well this fares in combat when I'm having to defend in a ring. I tested it before, but I also changed some things since then. Right before the CG. Or CGs, I should say. Okay. It's firing up. Get him out there.
I'm opening up the fighter bay now.
Oh, it's a good idea.
What ship are you targeting, Commander? You don't want to take out your own ship. Fighter is prepped and ready to go, Commander.
Scan detected.
Alright, we're gonna test this. shields drop pretty quick. I'm really hoping I can use like one of those modified size 6 when I get them, cargo things, and switch my shield from a 6 to a 7. We'll see what happens with that. Boy, I'm moving slow as hell. Come on, get on target, shit.
Target is trying to escape, Commander.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Can't
All right.
see any more hostiles. That must be it, Commander.
That worked out all right. It'd take me all day to get there at this speed. Well, it works well enough to defend. My shield dropped to 92, 93%. So it would be nice if those CG cargo rack, especially the 6 class 6 one, compensates for one of my 7 size regular ones and would allow me to change my shield to a 7 and put the 6 in there and not really lose much cargo. I think that's what I'm going to end up doing, just to have a bigger size shield. I'll have to. I don't know if I have any 7As that are already engineered. I might actually have one in storage. If not, I'll just engineer another one. But I can survive out here at least with this one, just like with the Corvette. Although the Corvette has a better shield and takes them out a little bit faster, I think. But shield is the biggest thing with the Corvette mining ship as opposed to this Clipper. But if I can switch out and get a 7 shield, I think I'd be golden. Shit, better not do that. So the CG money grabs all over, back to making money the old-fashioned way. Like I said, I made like 5.6 billion. I cannot complain. That's only 13%. Fuck it, I'll grab it. Jesus Christ. Get off there. I need to check to make sure all 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh my God. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. All right. Ooh, I'll take it. It's almost 49% on a medium too. Shit. There we go. Having 14 collector limpets out at once is nice. I think I only have 11 on the Corvette, so it's only 3 more, but it does speed up the gathering. I wonder if I can put full pips to engine and not lose the ability to completely. I'm gonna try that. We'll try 4 and 2. Shit, I need to get my shield up first though. See, this reminds me, this and the Corvette remind me of what mining ships are supposed to be. I mean, they're not supposed to be that maneuverable. They're supposed to be big, lumbering hulks. But in the list of big, lumbering hulks, this is the least lumbering. This Panther Clipper. I'm a fan of it as a mining ship. Let's test this. See what my top speed is now. Well, that's nice. I can handle that. Did I destroy the limpet? They can jump out faster than that. Come on. I think I'm destroying it. Maybe I have to be under 130. There's a max speed. Huh. Apparently you can't go over like 130 when you deploy the limpets. Hell yeah, dude. I talk about mining as boring or whatever, but I'll tell you, it's kind of peaceful just being out here, not having to deal with any crap and just putting your head to making money. Shit. Where did I send that one to? But I'll tell you what, I'm going to keep getting in on those CGs from now on because, man, I'd like to be able to buy I don't know that I would even buy a squadron carrier because they say that the upkeep is double. So then I'd have my squadron carrier upkeep. I'd have to upkeep on my fleet carriers. It's too much work. Yeah, I agree. Hauled a crap ton of cargo. I think I was going to try to get those last few hours in, but it was kind of like a silver lining when the server went down. I was like, you know what? I'm done. So I was all right with it. It was kind of annoying, but then I thought about it. I was like, you know what? You did enough. Cargo and combat and all that jazz. It's peaceful like this. I watch stuff on the tablet, whether I'm streaming or not, like I'm watching stuff now, and just come out here and just mind-numbingly and mindlessly just mine rocks. Take it back, dump it on the carrier, know I got some money sitting there if I need to go sell it. Now I'm not as rushed. Might get 5,000-10,000 worth of platinum before I think about going to sell. Ooh, yeah, that goes down too fast with two pips is too much. They're too little in the weapons. I should be able to go through the whole thing. We all go 3 and 3 on the engine weapons. But yeah, you can come out here. It's all peaceful. Sit there and make money and watch shit. Works out nicely. Since I made all that money on the CG, before I was constantly worried about having to constantly come out here and mine because I needed to make sure I had plenty for carrier and money for whatever I wanted. Now that I've got almost $6 billion in the bank, I'm feeling all right. Feeling like it's not as much of a rush. I can just peacefully mine. Ah, I see you just came online. Or no, that's Elknud, whatever, however he wants to pronounce his name. No offense, Elknud or Elnud. See, he just came online. What's that? Platinum at 15.6. I'll take it. I still haven't put on the VR headset yet and seen just to experience the Panther Clipper in VR. But I'll have to do that here in the next few days just to see how well it looks compared to some of the other ships in VR. Three pips is the magic number. If I leave it to at least 3 pips, I can, let's try 2.5. But I know at 3 I can mine the whole asteroid without ever even, it doesn't even seem to go down when they're engineered right. Let's try this one. Are you serious? I could pop out pips at 100 before without crashing into them. Why am I crashing into them on this? They changed something with the, or not pips, but prospector limpets. They changed something. I can't even go. I was doing 98 and still destroying my own prospector limpet. Before I was going way above that and deploying prospector limpets and they were shooting out beyond me. I think they changed something. I really feel like that's not right, or at least it's not how it was before. I didn't destroy them at 100. Hell, I think I could go 150 or more before and it wouldn't destroy them. Now when I shoot one out even at less than 100, I'd overtake it with the ship apparently and destroy it. Something smells rotten in Denmark. But this ship is bad about destroying its own prospector muppets. I was barely even rotating, like a very slow speed, to get lined up after I shot it, and it destroyed it. This thing hits them a lot. I don't know if it's the shape of the ship or what. Well, man, if you ever want to jump into a private group or something for a change of something to do, I don't play in open because I don't like dealing with the jackasses. I just don't have the patience for them, so I don't tend to play in open. It's very rare. I've been in open a few times since, since I started playing this game. Oh, fuck, in the very beginning, and I've done a little PvP or whatever. It's just not my. It's just not my thing. But if you ever want a private group up and mine or bullshit, whatever, it's the same as here. Yeah. Insert 3 coins. Yeah, I had to read your whole thing because I just call you 3. Let me see if I can figure out how to do that. How the hell? Let's see if it... I gotta lean up and get the damn keyboard. Let's see if this does it. There you are. But yeah, I don't mind playing in private groups. I mean, everybody's in there. Hell, I don't even mind hopping in private groups and dueling with people, and because you know that everybody's on the same page and wanting to fucking duel or wanting to mine or do whatever. I just don't have the patience to deal with open. I just don't have it. I can't do it most of the time. And I'm certainly not going to do it when I'm trying to make money. It's just, nah, I'll pass on that. Why would I even take a chance? Why even take a chance on it? I would have made half that money I made if I had to deal with worrying about being jumped and dealing with jackasses the whole time. No patience for it. Just how it is. But I don't mind private groups and squadrons and hopping in people's ships and fucking around. I enjoy that shit, but I just don't know what. And then you watch all these people, they're in chat and they're complaining about being jumped. And you're like, yeah, you lost your cargo, huh? Well, that's pretty sad. You know what the sadder part about it is that it didn't even need to be a risk. You could have just played in solo or private group. Exactly. I'll pass on that. Where the hell did I destroy it again? I'm doing 48. Are you telling me I destroyed my prospector at 48? I did. Oh, nope, wait, maybe it was. Well, this time I didn't. Holy shit, dude, this ship is bad about hitting it. But I love it. It's a great mining and transport vessel. What do we have? Platinum at 11.7%. I'll grab it. Fuck it. Since I'm here. It means less collectors I waste trying to get to the next asteroid. I'm constantly collecting, which means I'm constantly making some money. I would sit there and read the chat and freaking gankers and I lost all my cargo and blah blah, and I'm like, do you not realize there's a solo? Are you a glutton for punishment? Because that's what it sounds like. not me. I play games to escape arseholes in the real world and jackwads that I have to fight the urge to grab them by their throat and shove them into traffic. I play games to escape dealing with a lot of people when I can. Why the hell would I? At least in the most part, unless it's like a specific PvP game or something that I enjoyed PvP in and wasn't really losing anything at all. Back when I played World of Warcraft a lot, like for over a decade plus, I always leveled my characters on PvP servers just because I enjoyed it. You had a chance to win. You could get battles going, so, you know. Yeah, dude, oh my god. I played that 12, 13 fucking years, like, and I would take a break and be like, all right, I'm done with this fucking game, and I'd be back to it in a few months. It's like a drug. I played the hell out of that game. I was in some big guilds, did a bunch of runs. I mean, but at a certain point, though, they made it cookie cutter. Like, big companies always do that. They take that same path. Everybody started getting a heal. Everybody started getting this. There was no difference in the classes anymore. And it just became like different skins for the same. They had different names of things, and some of them had some different spells, but for the most part, everybody could do almost the same shit. It just became like there was no skill to it anymore, and your build didn't really matter. It just like cookie cutter shit, just to try to bring in new people. And I was just like, yeah, this isn't WoW. I stopped. I couldn't do it anymore. Yeah. Well, I mean, that makes sense, because I call them micro crap. They shit on everything they do. I tell you what, if Linux was a more, what's the word I'm looking for? I mean, I've messed with Linux and whatever, but mainly I messed with things like Kali Linux, or back when it was Backtrack, and then when it turned to Kali Linux for like penetration testing and shit, and was learning it. But, you know, in the way of like having it as a main OS, you have to do a lot of things, or at least you did, to get things to work. And then they have to make things that are compatible with Linux. You know, you have way more control, but and you have, I think it's a more secure system, but it's just not as I can't think of the word I'm trying to come up with. It needs to be more mainstream before I consider it like a viable option to counter using Windows. Is it? Well, I have heard that. I have heard that it's better for gaming now, that it's you know, more compatible with gaming, and gaming companies are making it, the games compatible for it, and you don't have to jump through as many hoops to get something to work in Linux and as you did before. But I haven't messed with it in a while, and so I'm not so sure about making it a primary or only OS at this point for me. And like I said, most of my, 99.9% with a repeating sign over top of my experience with any kind of Linux was Backtracking Kali, just for penetration testing, just for, you know, to just test security of different things. And I'm not even that good with it. Like, I'm just like a kind of a beginner with any of that shit. So I build my own PCs, and I can set up all the shit and the networks and all that. But when it comes to Linux, I would have to get way more proficient with the language and the whole thing to be able to use it efficiently and proficiently. I remember at one point you had to use, I think it was called Wine or something, to be able to basically, if I remember correctly, and I could be wrong, I could be conflating two different things, but you had to like create, like, it was like a shell of a Windows in there using Wine to be able to utilize certain, utilize certain programs or whatever. You know, and again, I don't remember all the fucking lingo, and I don't remember how it all worked. I haven't messed with it in a while, but I know there was a lot of hoops to jump through to get some shit to work, and it could be a real pain. Oh shit, this thing's about to hit. There we go. Get the hell away from that for a second. I know more about hardware than I do about software, but I did dabble in Linux because I always wanted to mess with it, and so I started learning it and teaching myself and watching videos and just trying to, and practicing penetration testing with things like Reaver attacks and other such things, and brute force and packet sniffing and all. I had a laptop set up with a little dish so I could get good signal and sniff out client packets and AP or access point and see if they were using MAC address filtering, and then spoof that and spoof. So I did hack into some friends' shit. Nothing illegal, but they were like, yeah, see if you can hack into it. So I did through different types of attacks, and did figure out how to get in there, and then how to watch what they were typing, what sites they went to in real time, and all of that. So I was getting mildly okay with it at one point, being able to get into systems and get through their shit. And if they had MAC address filtering, you have to spoof their MAC and keep disconnecting and reconnecting them so it'd send out more packets so you could sniff it and keep trying to crack, brute force their shit. But with the whole quantum thing and the way the whole passwords have become, the encryption, 256, 512, and all that, man, it's getting rough out there. It's getting rough out there if you want to mess with that shit. And I don't have the knowledge of it anymore. That sounds like your day job. I would have loved to gotten into that, but it's like I enjoy that kind of shit, but I enjoy it as a hobby. I like building my own gaming PCs and building PCs for people and setting shit up, and I enjoy that kind of shit, but I enjoy it as a hobby. I think if it was a job and I was having to do it, I don't know how much loss of enjoyment I'd get if it was a job, in all honesty. But anything technology, computer-wise, I tend to get into. Only 5.5%? Jesus Christ. And again, I didn't have anybody teaching me. I had to learn this shit on my own, what I could learn and understand. So it was kind of rough going. It's it's a lot easier if there's somebody who knows their shit and they're like, hey, start here, and they know how to teach you and build on the last lessons and shit like that. I didn't go to school for any of that. I grew up messing with computers. I grew up putting them together, and then started getting into Linux shit for a while. Ooh, 22.3%. I'll take it. I need to position better, or this fucking thing's gonna slap me in the nose as soon as I start. There we go. shit. I'm picking up osmium. Did I pick it up again? No. I need to make sure I ignore osmium. There it is. Nope, that's not. God damn it, it already picked it up. Motherfucker. What is that? Here we go. Shit. Nope. 7%. I'll pass on that one. Shit. I thought I destroyed that prospector with it, but I didn't. Oh, come on. .3. I can't read. They need to let us change the colors without having to use a third party. I can't read the damn text half the time with the orange. It's a low material content. This is why I was using that EDHM-UI third-party mod to change the colors of the UI. The problem is since the patch, there was another patch to that app, but it apparently didn't fix what it should have or correct for the new patch in the game, and so all the colors were all messed up. So I'm back to this default orange, which is kind of annoying for the UI colors. that he missed that asteroid. Oh, dude, I can't tell you the number of times I've left to go out mining and gotten all the way out there. Everything's set up. No limpets. That's why I think it's funny every time I see that they have the advertisement for don't forget your limpets in the stations and shit. I've probably done that 100 times. Pain in the ass. There should be a warning. Like, you should be able to have it set up to warn you. Some verbal, some audible. Your limpets are not loaded. Your limpets are not loaded. Don't forget your limpets. Something like that would be nice. Of course, you'd have to figure out the criteria or the triggers that would cause that to actually trigger and say it in the game, and then be able to modify that. Oh, platinum, almost 59% on a high content. That's delicious. Oh my god, come on. Damn. I'll take both of these then. I heard noise. I didn't see what it was. Oh, wait. I think it'll show on the phone. Vetter. It's hard to see on the phone. Oh, shit. I'm getting a little close. Ooh. Yep. Jesus Christ. I gotta get away from that. Well, I appreciate you stopping by. I think your name's Vetter. It's hard to see on the phone. What can I say? I don't have a second monitor hooked up because Windows constantly have problems with two monitors, especially if they have different refresh rates, and I've got two different monitors, so I unplugged the second one. Plus, Windows has never been friendly with multi-monitor support. It's always had issues that I've seen. There's always some little bug, or one will black out, or it'll change resolution for some reason, and it'll just, I don't know. So I stopped using two monitors unless I have two of the exact same. So I have to watch freaking Twitch. God damn it. I have to watch Twitch on my phone to see chat. It's kind of a small screen. So I think your name's Vetter. I think that's what it is. And then I had to put a 10-minute delay for people to type, because everybody and their brother was trying to come onto my stream, even though I'm the only one on here normally. I don't care. I just stream for something to do. I'm not a streamer. I'm just someone who streams. That's my motto. But everybody would come on here and tell me how they were artists, and that I should come to their come to their Discord channel and let them show me their art, so I can buy some of it to increase my the looks, the aesthetics of my Twitch channel. I'm like, nah, you know what? I'm not interested. Besides that, I play shit like this. Like, I can't imagine. I just can't imagine people wanting to watch. I mean, it's not boring for me for the most part, or for somebody doing it, I guess. You're making money, you're just peacefully. Like, I watch shit on the tablet while I mine space movies or documentaries or something. But if you watching someone mine, I would think after a while you'd be like, what the hell am I watching and why? It's like watching paint dry. Which is why I take a break from mining and go combat every once in a while so I don't pull out my own hair. I really hope they have some more of those CGs like these last two. Yeah, I got in the top 25% for both the transport and the combat. Made 5.6 billion off the two CGs. That includes the bonuses at the end. And then I'm waiting on the modules. That was well worth the time. That was just a bucket load of cash to make from just transporting and doing some combat. They need to do more of that. We need more CG money grabs. I always miss the good stuff, like when there's like the last one, the low temperature diamonds or whatever, where it was like people were just making gobs of cash. I always end up missing the height of those little gems, cash making opportunities. And then people will tell me about it. Oh, dude, you should have done this. Everybody was making all this extra bonus cash because FDev had it coded in a certain way, and we could all go do this. And we all made a frig ton of cash, and I'm always late to the party. So the CGs were welcome. I don't like being poor. I used to have my, I used to stream and put the webcam up. And then I started thinking, man, when I watch a stream, I want to watch the full screen of the game. I don't really care to see the streamer. I mean, they can be on there. That's up to them, but I just find it better to see the whole. So I stopped doing that. And then I had a thing where it would put like an animal or a character from a show or a game, and it would lip sync with you while you talked, and it would look around. So I did that for a while. I thought it was funny. Many people. I had a Trump and a Biden character that would sit down in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen, and then there were some others, and I'd switch them out occasionally, and they'd be moving around and blinking and looking and flapping their lips as I talked. I thought that was. I'd switch back and forth between those two just for something to do, something interesting. I thought it was funny. Other people did not. But hey, to each their own. But yeah, I can't imagine watching people mine. That would have to get boring. I mean, it can get boring pretty quick if you're the one doing it. I bet they're talking about the railguns and the engineered cargo racks. I read that it takes days to a week. It says I can't stick a link here, but there is a post to the ED official forums from the CM that says modules tomorrow. Page 36 in the thread for the CG. Oh, okay. So he's saying that he read on the official site that they should start doling out the CG award modules tomorrow. Okay. %. I have to be honest, insofar as maneuverability goes, I've mined with a Type 9 and a Type 10 before, and I have my Corvette set up. But this thing is Panther Clipper. I find to be way more maneuverable. Plus, you get much more cargo capacity for mining or just cargo transport. I really like this ship for this kind of stuff. Of course, the Mandalay is the best exploration that I've tried for exploration anyway. That's a good looking ship. I'm hoping that Type 11 lives up to all it's supposed to be, and it has a huge chunk of cargo, and you know, it'll take the place of my I'll put this Panther Clipper, to a straight cargo ship then, maybe. Use the Type 11 for mining and the Corvette, and still have the Mandalay for exploration. FDev's putting out some good stuff lately. Of course, I don't think they had much of a choice. This is going to have to be the moneymaker. I think everything else they were trying to do has not been very successful. I think they had some phone games, some mobile games that didn't pan out very well. So I'm pretty sure this is about it for them. Like, they really need to focus on this. So I don't think it was like a goodness of their heart thing. I think it was we need to survive as a company. Let's start listening to our players on here. Let's start doing stuff with squadrons. Let's add some patches. Let's do some CGs. Let's put out some ships. As long as they keep going that direction, they really do need to. And I keep saying this. FDev doesn't listen to me. They tell me to go FDev myself when I start talking. And I know people want to be able to walk around their ships. I get it. That would be awesome. I'd love being able to walk around my own ship. It's cool. But in the way of what's going to bring the most to the game, that is a low priority in my opinion. What I think is expand on the science aspect. Put some atmospheric planets out there. Some planets with some foliage, some sort of mixtures of different gases in the atmosphere. Some habitable planets that you can find. Make them rare, I get it, but put them out there for exploration, and then have you be able to do things like take samples of the air and soil samples and return those, not just these rare plants that you find. Doing things like that would exponentially increase the interest in the science aspect of this game, and using the Artemis suit, and it would expand. It would add way more to the game than just walking around your ships. And I get it, man. Walking around your ships is badass. I would love it. But I think atmospheric, habitable planets, gas samples, soil samples, different variations of planets to land on, finding a habitable planet every once in a while, that would add so much more to the game than walking around your ship. So I just see that as being a bigger priority. I mean, who knows what FDev's thinking. Like I said, they sure as hell don't listen to me. Who does? I'm used to it. But the fact is if they ever did, that would be my suggestion. Let's see what you said. Forum post about CG. I know someone has already mentioned it above, but the rewards for the community goal will be delivered tomorrow. This was our biggest ever community goal, and it'll take some time. So no need to worry that you haven't received them yet. They are coming. Appreciate that, 3. That's good to know. That's exactly what I was wondering. So that clears that up. I did panic a little bit, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I'll be honest. When I was like, okay, I got the money, but where are my CG modules? So, but they're saying there's no need to panic. So I'll give them the benefit of the doubt until next week when I still haven't received my CG modules, and then I'm gonna panic. I swear to God, I will panic so hard. I'm pretty sure they'll deal with it. So I should be getting, you get 2 of the cargo modules for being in the top 75%, and then I made it to the top 25, so and I think you get another 2, and then I think you get 1, what is it, a plasma accelerator or whatever that weapon is that you get for the combat one, for being in the top 75, and I went up to the top 25, so I think you get an extra one for that, being in the top 25%, so, you know, besides the money, getting the modules, that's also very nice. That money was just amazing. God, I wish they'd extended that another week. I would have just kept going. I would have transported until my eyes melted. And then I'd gone out in combat every once in a while to take a break from transporting. But the transporting was the real money maker. I was making 57+ million profit per load for a couple minutes. Jump there, pick up the 1168 CMM composites, jump back to Starlay Station, sell them off, and made 57 mil profit each time. And then I'd go fight a little bit to make sure I stayed up in the top 25% of the combat bonds one. It was just cash galore. Absolutely amazing. This game has, like, even over the years, you know, I've always said it had a lot of wrong button, had a lot of potential for different things you could add into the game. And I get there's always a restriction based upon hardware and technology and internet and speeds and data transfer and all, you know, and money to keep the lights on and the servers going. But man, there's so much more they could still do with this game. There's so much more. Or you can wait around for Star Citizen to be done in the next 40 or 50 years. I hate to say, and I have Star Citizen. I've been playing it since a long time, we'll say. But it's been, what, $1 billion worth of inbound cash to them, and over 10 years. And after the first couple years, I was like, yeah, I'm not so sure they're going to get this done anytime soon. It's just, I mean, let's be realistic. Whether they have 2 systems and they're selling thumbnails of ships just to try to make money to keep. And here's the thing, a lot of their money is going towards, like, their buildings, like they're decorating them and putting all this stuff in, and then, you know, I don't get it. You got all these people and the crowdfunding that they've given them so much money, and they're really dropping the ball on, like, that money. None of that should be happening. None of these fancy buildings. Do your basic building with the basic amenities, and, you know, keep people comfortable, keep your workers happy. But they've gone overboard with it. Like, it's kind of ridiculous at this point. I would love to see them get that game done, but by the time they get it done, I'll be wearing bifocals, be legally blind still, pooping in a Depends, and can't remember my own name, much less the controls. That's the way I feel about it at this point. Suppose if I don't slow down on my motorcycle, I might be blind, brain damaged, pooping in a diaper, and riding around in a wheelchair anyway. So that could happen a lot sooner than how long it takes Star Citizen to get their shit done. Hell, I could be flying a Cessna 172 and lose my wings. There's a higher chance of that happening than them getting Star Citizen done anytime soon. Come on, people. You know it's true. I know there's haters out there, there's fanboys. I'm not either. I'm not a pessimist. I'm not an optimist. The glass isn't half full, it isn't half empty. It's got a certain number of cc's of liquid in it. That's the way I look at life. And I'm looking at Star Citizen just like that. It's got a lot of work to be done. I just don't know if they're ever going to get that thing done. It's a shame too, because I mean, he's the one I played Freelancer back when it was out and it was new, and Freelancer was a badass game, and I believe he's the same developer, and he had some clout and he had a name, you know what I mean? And that's how he got people. You know, everything was, hey, the dude who made this game, Freelancer or whatever, he's trying to build like a real space sim, and so he's crowdfunding, and you know, I get it, and people wanted to donate, and sometimes that works out, sometimes it doesn't. And I would love for Star Citizen to be an actual thing, an actual finished game. I just don't see it happening. I have no faith in it at this point. I have the game and I played it and it's cool, and you know, there's a lot of, the ships are cool and things you can do with them. I just know that I've bounced out of many ships. I've fallen through elevators. I've been left in the middle of the void between planets, playing with friends and riding in their ship and just bounced out. The game, I can't even call it a game. Like, in all good conscience, I can't even call it a game. It's a couple systems with some implemented stuff that sometimes works and sometimes does not work, and they are trying to mesh it all together, and I get that it's a big project, but can we be honest? Can we be honest about it and say it's been a while and it's been a lot of money? And once you start crossing certain lines of amount that's come in and how long it's been, you start really questioning the ability of it to ever get finished. It's a shame too, but we'll see. I mean, I hope I'm proven wrong. I really do. I really hope I'm proven wrong about Star Citizen. I hope, you know, they find new technology comes out, speeds things up. They get everything meshed together. They start putting out systems. It's gonna have to be like random generated stuff at a certain point. There's no way you can, you know, manually create all the systems and the planets and the stars and the moons and the asteroids. It has to be procedurally generated at a certain point. I don't know how much procedural generation is in that game. I think the two systems they put out, they're not procedurally generated. I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, someone's welcome to correct me. But I'm pretty sure they're those first couple systems they have, and I think they have two now. Maybe it's three. I'm not 100%, but I think it's two. I haven't played in a while because I play this for my space game fix. But I think it's two, and I'm pretty sure they're like specifically coded, not procedurally generated. But they're trying to fit all this stuff in, and I get it. But I think they took on too much too quick, and I think they got buried. And then I think there's been some misappropriation of funds when it comes to looking at what should have been devoted to coding and creating the game, for lack of a better word, versus the nice buildings with all the amenities. that to me kind of soured a lot of people, I think, when they said, wait, so you've been working on this for over 10 years, you've taken in $1 billion, we'll say, and then instead of, you're not done, you've only got one or two systems, and you're spending all of the money that people donated, or at least large chunks of it, that should be put towards making the game. You're building these beautiful buildings, or renting them out and buying them, whatever you're doing, and then you're furnishing them with all this extra crap that doesn't need to be. I mean, that's gonna sour people. I know if I had donated, I'd be like, what the f*** are you doing with my cash, motherfucker? Oh shit, my refinery's full. That mean, oh nice. That's how you know you're moving quick enough, when your refinery gets full. And then I drop about 10 of them just to clear out the refinery. But yeah, I hope I'm proven wrong. I don't say that very often, but I really do hope I'm proven wrong about Star Citizen. It has a lot of A lot of potential, obviously, but this game does too, and it's been out for a while, and they're they're adding stuff to it, and it still has potential, and it's a fully playable game with game loops and all kinds of stuff, you know, missions, and I don't know what else to say. Star Citizen seems like a pipe dream at this point. I won't go as far as to say it's like a cash grab or he's trying to defraud people. I don't think that's the case. I think he made the freelancer or whatever, and I think he truly thought or truly wants to create what he's creating. I just don't think it's being done the right way, and I don't know how realistic it is that he's ever going to get that done. That's my opinion. People are welcome to disagree. It's a shame though, because I felt the hype in the beginning for Stars. I did, just like everybody else. I'm just as guilty. I'm not saying I did not, or I'm any better, or I was like, yeah, it's not gonna happen in the beginning. No, I was feeling the hype. It was like a shot of heroin to the veins. Not that I know how that feels. I don't, but I would assume it has some similarities. But yeah, I was all up in the hype train too. I was riding it. But now, not so much. Wait, how much? It's a shame. I mean, Elite Dangerous they're the biggest, the only game in town, I would say, with the being established and with the basics in and advanced gameplay elements in. And if they took advantage of that, like it seems like they're trying to do, and they keep adding stuff to the game, add atmospheric planets, add the chance to find habitable planets, add science where you can take, soil and air samples and sell it, in the Artemis suit or whatever. If Elite's smart, if FDev's smart, they could take advantage of being pretty much the only game, literally and figuratively, in town for a good, fully created space genre, and they could really like take the cake and just dominate this whole genre. Like I said though, FDev doesn't listen to me any more than anybody else does, so I tried telling them and they told me to go FDev myself, so I don't think they're interested in me showing up at the board meetings. But if they cared about what I had to say, I would be glad to have a conversation with them. I think at a certain point, FDev was making the same mistake that a lot of companies make in the beginning, they start getting popular, and then they end up forgetting who they're making the product for. They start making it for themselves instead of making it for the consumer. And they get that cockiness about them well, this is how it is, and we're going to make it, and this is what we think should be best, and they don't listen to their consumer base, and they start crashing. They start losing players. They start losing their base players. They don't get support. People don't want to buy shit from their store, so they can't keep the lights on. And I think FDev was starting to make that mistake. They were making that mistake for a long time too. Every company, it seems like today, does that. They start off, and once they start getting established, they forget who they were making the original product for, or originally making the product for, the consumer. And they get caught up in their own, fame or whatever the hell, for lack of a better word. And then they start crashing. And I think FDev was doing that for a while. I think they're maybe waking up and coming out of it and realizing, hey, we need to make money. We're a company, and we need to make a product that consumers want, so they buy it. And the more consumers we have, the more chance of them buying things off the store, and the more chance of us making money. I think they were shitting the bed on that for a while, forgetting about all that. Hey, what the hell do I know? Business is not my forte. But it just seems like common sense and logic to me, and it's what I've witnessed, so it's my belief. You are welcome to disagree. Isn't that what makes makes life great. You don't have to agree. There we go. Where am I at? Well, I'm definitely getting some platinum. That's nice. You can't find the two platinum ring that I'm at? Hold on. Look at my let me get away from this asteroid here before it just crushes my nose into my chest. Hold on. Let me make sure that it's still collecting. I'm not full. Oh, I am full. What about this? Nope, I'm still good on that. Hold on. So, HIP 31059er and the second planet. And then, did you say you can't find? Yeah, it's. I mean, unless it's like some weird thing, but that doesn't make sense that it would just be for me and nobody else would see it, because I go to other people's things when they plot out or tell you there's something there. It's not there for you? Really? Are you sure you're going to the right HIP? I'm not trying to insult your intelligence. You probably are going to the right HIP. I just can't imagine that. Yeah. Let me yeah. 31059 HIP space 31059, and then literally the second planet from the star. And there's a double platinum there. This is where I've been mining for probably the past couple years, I think. This is where I come out to. Let's see. No, I don't think it's not showing your fleet carrier here. Hold on, let me. Oh, there it is. Yeah, you're right there. But you're over there. Try going to the planet and then going out with your yeah, you need to go. Yeah, I would scan the system if you haven't done that, and then I would go to 31059 space 2, and then get out in your ship and go scan the rings and shit. I mean, kids, I can't imagine it not being here for you in the end. Like, after doing that, I can't imagine it not being there. I mean, stranger things have happened, especially in this game, but yeah, it has to be, like, because there's no way that it wouldn't be if it's there for one person, because there's plenty of links out there to go to different places for different things, and they're always there for me. Like, I've never had somebody say, hey, there's a double platinum here, or a triple, or a low temperature diamond hot spots here, and then I went out there and I couldn't find it. It was always there, so I have to believe that it's going to be there for you. And if not, I would really like to know how that works. here to snack on. Or I could eat the other half of my Subway sub. I normally get the Beast Subway sub, and it comes with a decent amount of meat. But today I went in, and this isn't a Subway I don't typically go to in another town, but today I went in and I ordered it, and the dude stacked it full of so much fucking meat, you couldn't even close it at all. Like he looked at me and he's like, "What do you need?" And I was like, "Oh, hold on, let me see what you said." I had to scan nav beacon for it to come up. That's weird. I mean, you could have gone to the Planet 2, and then I would think, and then get out in your ship and scan the rings or whatever. But yeah, he looked at me and said, "What do you want? And I was like, "The Beast." And he's like 12 inch. I was like, "Yeah." And he looked at me for a second, and he went to town, man. He was just like, I was just watching him just stack. Like, he put more meat on there than I've ever had on one of those sandwiches. The exact same one. And he just kept putting the meat on there. And I was like, dude, at one point in time, I looked at him and I said, that looks amazing. He's like, "Yeah." He just slid it down the aisle to the next, or down the freaking thing to the next people to put the toppings on it. And I was like, dude, I'm going to come back here again for the Beast. It was so stacked. Like, I've never had one that they were putting the stuff on top of, and they're like, "Yeah, we're not going to be able to close this very well." I was like, you know what? I don't care. I will come in here every time, and you cannot be able to close it. Just put the toppings on that you can get on there, and give me some sweet onion on top of it. Close it up as best as possible, and I will gladly take that thing home and devour it. I was like, he just hooked it up with so much fucking meat on it. I was like, holy shit, dude. I was like, I don't care if it can't close. I don't care if I have to sing sweet lullabies to it on the way home. For the amount of meat that he put on it, it's well worth it. I just gotta say, that's the biggest Subway sandwich I've ever had in my life. And so I ate half of it, 6 inches, and I was like, holy shit, I'm full. So I still got that out there in the fridge. I might have to devour that here in a little bit. The Planet wasn't there. Did you do a discovery scan when you in the system? Just the the normal scan? That's kind of weird. I didn't have that issue when I came out here. I did a discovery scan though. I didn't even go to the nav beacon, I don't think. I just do a discovery scan, and then I went to the Planet and scanned the rings, and that's how I found the double platinum. Yeah, that's weird. I mean, I have had that issue, I think, in maybe in other systems where shit didn't show up until I went to a nav beacon, like the regular scanning didn't cause it to show like it's supposed to. And I've also had it where I had to log out to the main menu and back in. So I mean, I guess it makes sense, but I didn't have that problem here. Jesus. Finding all the low quantity platinums now. 20 point something percent, 20.6, and it's a high content. I'll take it. Now that I've been talking about that Subway sandwich, I'm starting to get a little hungry. Yeah, this game has had its ups and downs, and I've quit playing it several times out of boredom and whatever. But overall, I call it the best space sim out there. Again, it's truly the only, figuratively and literally, only game in town for this kind of finished product with the amount of options and different stuff you can do. I just wish FDev would quit nerfing professions into the ground. Like, combat is not as lucrative as mining. I don't think you make as much. I don't think you can make as much as quickly. Maybe you can. I don't think you can. And what happens is you get a profession that's, people are making good money, and FDev goes, oh, we can't have that. So instead of bringing the other professions up to equal, to equalize the thing and kind of balance things out and have everybody be able to do what they want to do to make good money and enjoy the game, they're like, oh, we can't do that, and they boot stomp the profession that's making good money into the fucking ground, and then all the professions are crushed down to nothingness at that point. And then another one will crop up, they'll patch it or they'll make it better, and then they'll be like, oh, we're going to have to destroy that one again because it's too much. That's just a pattern I've seen with FDev over the years. Kind of a pain in the arse, if you ask me. I mean, it's a game. I get you shouldn't have everything handed to you, but it's a game. People have real lives and jobs and families. They don't want a second job in a game. So you have to balance out that if you want people to play the damn game, you have to balance that out and say, look, that's a little bit too much of a grind. These people have real lives. We don't just hand it to them on a silver platter, but for fuck's sake, let's let them have fun, make money, buy the stuff they want to buy and use and fly and play and do in the game, and then they'll stay. And maybe they'll buy some stuff from the store occasionally. And they'll stick with us, and we'll create more base players. Again, I've always questioned FDev's thought process on some of the things they do. It's like the whole RNGesus crap, the RNG for engineer. Personally, that was one of the things that drove me away from the game. Like, when I quit, that was always on my mind. It was always a thought. I'm tired of the RNG crap for the engineers. Just tell us what we need to get. Make it feasible to get it and reasonable. Don't make it a second job. Tell us what we will get out of getting that, what upgrades, and let everybody be on an even playing field if they put in a little bit of time and work it takes to get it. Don't have somebody work for hours. I had that happen to me several times and get horrible rolls on something. and then you're just shit out of luck. And then you get somebody else who got these amazing rolls and they put in less time. It's just, I just don't get it. I just don't understand FDev's thought process. I hope they're coming out of that. At least they got rid of that RNG crap. That to me was at least an olive branch to the players. You know, hey, we're sorry we were wasting your time and making this a second job with the RNG crap. We'll make it, you know, just across the board. Get these things to be able to upgrade this thing, and here's your upgrades that you'll get each time you upgrade. That is fair across the board, and I think it makes your time worthwhile. Otherwise, I feel like it's just a waste of time, because you could be putting in as much time as you want and have to do 4 different modules to try to get half decent rolls, and then it screws up on one of the rolls for something, and you're shit out of luck, and you've wasted all that time, materials, and I just, every time I stopped playing this game for a little bit, that was definitely one of my thoughts. One of my motivating factors was, yeah, no, I can't stand this RNG crap. I don't normally play games with RNG stuff in it. I literally was avoiding engineers once I started messing with it and was dealing with the RNG stuff. At a certain point, I was like, you know what? I don't care. I'm not even going to fuck with the engineers. I'm done with them. So, I mean, maybe it's just me, but I know there's a lot of people out there I've talked to that said that RNG stuff in this game was really a deciding or determining factor for how much time they put into the game and whether they mess with it much. So it's just like they came out with Squadrons and they wanted people to, you know, it was presumably to have people working together and having your groups of friends and your groups of, you know, co-space farers and miners or whatever getting together, right, and working together. But they made the game to where you had to, like, before carriers were around, there was no way to help somebody out. I couldn't have given a friend money. I couldn't lend them a ship. I couldn't do anything to help them out. I brought at least 10 people into this game over the years, and convinced them to try the game out. And not one of them today plays this game. Not one. And the biggest consensus among them all, from what I heard of as to why, was the learning curve. In the beginning, there was no training. You didn't know anything unless you went and looked it up and somebody had already figured it out. The learning curve was it wasn't steep. It was like a rocket straight to the fucking moon. And that was one of the problems. Then they start you off with a small ship and very little money. Then you couldn't play with your friends in the beginning, and well, you could, but you couldn't. It was a pain in the ass. There was no way to help them out. And then carriers came along, and you had to, like, basically scam the system to help a friend out by telling them to go pick up certain things, and then you set this extraordinarily crazy high price to buy them from them on your carrier to be able to transfer money to them. So it's like FDev said, we want people to play together, but we were going to make it the most difficult process ever, and you won't be able to help them. And if you can help them with the carriers now, you have to use basically an exploit to do it. And it's like counterintuitive and counterproductive to what they were claiming they wanted people to be able to do. And like I said, that's why none of the people that I brought into the game played anymore, because they got tired of it. I mean, in the beginning, the very beginning, when they came out, there should have been guilds, or at least there should have been a way to trade with friends. Like, people on your friends list. You should have at least been able to trade with the people on your friends list and be like, hey, I brought this guy into the game. I'm gonna start you off with what I did not start off with. I'm gonna toss you like 200 million, 300 million. Go buy yourself a nice ship. You know, get a step up from that crap that you start off in, that crap winder. Here's some real money. I'll go out and fight with you. I'll go out and we'll go out and do some mining. And here's some money to start off with, and this will give you a big boost. But you couldn't do it. Or lend them a ship. But it's like FDev said, no, we don't want you to do that. We don't want you to help people. To me, that was like, that just showed their intent was not what they were acting like it was. So then none of those people play anymore. It's a shame too, because you know, there's probably many people out there like myself who have brought people to the game, and this is after I had learned all the stuff I needed to know to make money. This is after I'd upgraded to the Asp Explorer, and then the fucking Python, and then the Anaconda, and then I got my Corvette unlocked, and then I got my Cutter. This is after all that, you know, and you're bringing people into the game, and they're not going to stick around. Not when they realize they can't get any help, and it's just a pain in the ass. They're just not going to stay in the game. It's just how it is. There needs to be a way. I don't know all the, so you know, don't burn me at the stake here, or do whatever makes people happy. But I don't know all the details of the new Squadron stuff. I created my own Squadron along the same theme that I'm using, which is from the Aliens movie. That's why my carrier's named Nostromo, UCSS Nostromo, and then I named my Squadron Weyland-Yutani Corporation and used their motto, building better worlds. I'm a fan of the Alien movies, what can I say? But you know, I don't know all the details that this new Squadron update, we'll call it 2.0, brought in. I don't know if they have to be in your Squadron to share money. I'm pretty sure that's how it has to be. Like, they have to be in the Squadron and they can access the bank and all that. But in my opinion, that it shouldn't require a Squadron's patch 1 in 30 minutes. It shouldn't require a Squadron's update to be able to bring somebody into the game that's your friend in real life, or somebody that you've been gaming with, or just bring people in so you have more players in the game and be able to give them money. It shouldn't require a whole update. It shouldn't require a Squadron's patch 1 or patch 2 or whatever. That should have been in the game from the get-go, from the curb. You should have been able to say, hey, let me toss you some money, my friend. Let me help you out so you want to stick around. Let me get you past the hurdle of the beginning hump that makes people quit games notoriously in the beginning, and get you past that little hump and start off with a decent ship. Start off with some decent modules on there. And then you can start actually enjoying the game, and then you'll stick around. You shouldn't have been taking that long. It shouldn't have taken this long to do that, and it shouldn't require a Squadron's part of the game. That should have been in the game from day one, in my opinion. And I've always said that, but you know, again, FDev would arrest me if I showed up at the board meetings, and certainly tell me to go FDev myself if I gave them suggestions. So, you know, I guess Twitch gets to hear it because they're the only ones that might listen. It is what it is. But here's the deal. You have a certain percentage of people that are going to buy stuff, right, from the ARC store, right? Like myself. I never did. I didn't want to buy shit from the ARC store. Occasionally, I can't say never, but occasionally I buy some aesthetic pieces for the ships or paint jobs, and suit pieces or whatever. But the more that they make the game for the consumer, like myself, the more I am tempted when a ship comes out, which is why I've bought some skin pieces, which is why I've recently bought the Mandalay and bought the Panther Clipper from the ARC store, because I want to keep the lights on for them. I want them to keep the servers on so we can keep playing this fucking game. So if they make it for the consumers, they bring in more consumers. And if they bring in more consumers, well, then you have a higher percentage of people that are likely to buy shit from the ARC store. That just seems logical to me. Again, I'm no Harvard fucking business admin graduate, but I don't think you need to be to understand how that works. Maybe I'm just dumb. Maybe I don't know anything. I've heard that before. Maybe it's true. I know, right? Just when you got sorted out for mining. I know, I was just thinking that a minute ago when it said 30 minutes. I was thinking, well, he had to go back for limpets. He got his ship all set up, and now he gets to wait. If you get out there quick enough, you can get a few asteroids. Did you find the double platinum hotspots that I told you that I'm in? Nice, nice. Well, at least you know now. Like I said, this is where I come at. It's out away from everything. Not that I play in open anyway, but it's out away from everything. You hardly deal with anything. Just the normal game, generated AI that drops in to scan you when you first come in. When you log off and log back in, they'll often come again. But as long as you got some half decent shield and some weapons, you can kill them real quick. Or if you don't have anything in your cargo hold, but you will have to kill them if you log off. Like I'm about to have to log off when the game goes down with stuff in the cargo hold, because they'll immediately tell me that I've got 10 seconds to... I can't even find all the buttons in this game to throw out cargo in 10 seconds. I think they need to tone that down a little bit. Tell them, tell me I got like a minute to decide if I'm going to fight you or if I'm going to give you 20 T of my cargo. I mean, I'm always going to fight you. Fuck giving you anything you didn't earn. But I'm always going to fight you. Especially trying to rob me and shit. But, give me a chance. I don't even think I could find the buttons to get over there in 10 seconds to throw out cargo. Right. All right, that's cool. I'll join. Yeah, I don't, like I said, I've PvP'd in this game. I'm not going to lie. I've played in open. We'll say a decent amount at times when I felt like dealing with it, but it's just not my thing. And I've gone out to asteroids and gotten into fights with people. It's funny though, most of the time the fights were like consensual. Like I'd show up at an asteroid and I'd be mining and they'd be mining, and they'd have like an escort or whatever. They'd be out there messing around and they'd be like, "Hey, you wanna PvP?" And I'm like, "Fuck it. I'll do it for a little bit. It's a change." Or like, "Do you want us to not destroy you?" And obviously I was in a mining ship. And they had a better ship at the time. The miner even had better shit than I think at the time. And he also had an escort. I remember this. I thought it was funny. And I was like, no. If we're gonna PvP, then you get the glory of the kill if you can kill me. I don't think it'll be too hard, but I'm gonna put up a fight. And they're like, "All right, you ready?" I was like, "Yep." They killed me. But then there's been other times where I've gotten some kills too, but it's whatever. I don't have a problem with that. It's just I just don't deal well. I don't have the patience for D-bags that are just out here just ganking, and when I'm just trying to play the game and make money and peacefully mine, so why would I play an open for that? I just don't understand why I would even think about that. These collector limpets or controllers that I have, a lot of at least one or two, I think the limpets stay out for such a long time. That's why I'm constantly having to get rid of limpets. You have to balance. What I do is I let the refinery fill up, and then I'll get rid of 10 of them. So I'm not normally running out of limpets or having to make many at the end. Let this fill up to 10, then get rid of 10 limpets and let them get moved over to the cargo. Then I'm full on cargo again, and that's how I try to do it. It tends to work out well. You got to balance it. If you don't do it right, at the end you end up having to make a bunch of limpets to completely fill up or whatever. So. How was it? Okay. Well, it's not 6. Oh yeah, I forgot. I think I'm Zulu plus 6 is what. Is that their time says 6:30. That would have been 12:30 my time. So. We still got about 20 minutes. You can probably get some mining in. Probably get something in that cargo hold. Yeah, see, I'm down 10. It'll be alright. Money, 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 money. That's 15.4. Let's see what this one is. It's nice when you can get a group of them together that all have what you're looking for and just switch from one to the other real quick and have all your limpets going to work, really pulling in the platinum or whatever it is you're going for. Oh, nope. Oh, come on. Move to the top of this asteroid where I'm in line with the axis of rotation so it does not smack in my ship every 2 minutes or I'm not having to move constantly. I like mining with this off, but it's real easy to run into shit with this off, especially when you get on the dark side of the planet, so I normally have to leave it on. That infrared or whatever the hell it is. It just looks a lot better out here when you turn that off. It looks, I mean, it really looks like an asteroid freaking ring then. But again, when you get to the dark side of the planet, I end up getting hit or hitting many asteroids at that point, so I end up having to turn this on. Of course, most of the time you're in the light at this ring, I found, depending on, well, I'd say most of the time I've been in the light. Jesus, I'm batting 1,000 right now. Wow. All right. Shit. Oh. I'll take it. take that too. It's almost 67% in a high content asteroid. At about 15 minutes, I think, the server goes down. Then I'll have to play American Truck Simulator or Subnautica or Grounded 2 or something. Get my gaming going still. Keep it going, I should say. I might do some American Truck Simulator. I'm trying to finish off that driving Iowa community goal, which is essentially what it is, community drive. I need to do one more city in Iowa deliver. One more city delivery. I think it's Sioux City. And then I'll have all 12 done and unlock whatever it is that you get from getting all 12 done. Every time that they come out with a new state, they have a driving insert state name here event. And you unlock certain things by visiting all the cities in that state with a load. I'll actually have my CDL here next week, probably. I'm going to drive tomorrow one more time and then maybe one more time over the weekend to make sure I'm still good on the shifting and the driving of the tractor trailer, and then make sure I'm still good on the backing up. Ooh, that was close. Make sure I'm still good on the backing up and off-track backing and parking and skills test and all that crap, so I can pass the state CDL test next week, and then I should have my CDL next week if all goes well. Shit, I'm sitting here still lasering a fucking empty. Let's get these last collectors out. I only did that because I always wanted to try driving trucks. I'm like 5 hours away from being able to sit for the FAA private pilot check ride, flying Cessna, like small single engine planes like Cessna 172s, which is pretty much what I've flown for all my hours. And but that takes a lot more money to be able to actually get in, because you need to get 1,500 hours, and you have to pay for all this for the rest of the training, and then get 1,500 hours to be able to fly at an airline. So I'm just going to try to finish up those 5 hours and get my private pilot's license at some point here. But I always wanted to get my CDL, so I finally started that a month or two ago, and now I'm about done with it. I've got a couple college degrees, one in criminal justice, which I've worked in as well, and then one in just general. But CDL is on my bucket list, and private pilot's license is also on my bucket list. So before I die, I'm hoping to finish up the CDL next week, and then finish up those 5 or so hours, solo hours I need. I need some more solo hours, cross-country solo hours, to hopefully then pass a private pilot check ride. Of course, I couldn't afford a plane, and they're really expensive to rent, so it's not like I'd fly very often, but at least then I could just go rent a plane. And I think I've got 6 or 7 solo hours in a Cessna 172 right now, on top of all the instructor hours. But I need 5 more cross-country solo, which is slightly different. One of these days I'll finish that up, hopefully, before I'm blind and pooping in my diaper and saying, "You damn kids, get off my lawn." I'll probably lose my private pilot's license once I get it, because I have this urge to try to land a Cessna 172 on an aircraft carrier. I know. I don't have a tail hook. I think the carrier's long enough that if I came in just floating a stall, I could probably set it down on the very end of the carrier and have enough time to come to a stop before I rolled off the other end. I'm not saying it's 100%, but I think I could do it, even without catching the arresting wires with an arresting hook. I think I could do it. I'd be willing to try. If you float that thing in, if I brought that thing in and the wind was at my nose, as it should be, and I came in just like full landing configuration, like full flaps, throttled down to like 1800 RPM with the wind at my nose, and touchdown right at the very edge of the carrier, dropping, like just killing the throttle right before I got there, to where I start hearing that stall buzzer going off, and I know that I'm literally just sinking, and just dropped right on the edge of the carrier, like in a kind of controlled crash, and then immediately started braking and killed everything. I think I could bring that thing to a stop before I got to the other end of the carrier. Now, I'm not sure how long carriers are. I wasn't in the Navy, and the only carrier I experienced was being in one just temporarily. But so I'm not sure how long that deck is, but I think I could do it. I think it's possible. I'm willing to try. I'm just not willing to go to prison for it, so I'd have to see if I can get permission to try. I think I could put a Cessna 172 down on a carrier and come to a stop. I think it's more than possible. I mean, I wouldn't bet any money on me, but I think I could do it. As long as I didn't float down the fucking deck of the carrier, because I'm riding the ground effect for too long. That might be an issue. I'd have to come in. You have to come in pretty slow, full flaps, just ready to just like riding that stall buzzer almost the last fucking quarter mile in, and then just let it drop right on the edge. I seriously want to try it. I seriously want to try it. You know, it's just those little things in life. I'll have to contact the Navy and see if they're willing to let me give it a go. I'm sure they'll make me sign a waiver. When you kill yourself because you're a fucking idiot, we are not going to be held responsible. Do you agree to this? Sign here if you do. Anyway, what they say, 10 minutes? Yeah, it's about 6 minutes now. Let's see if I can, maybe I'll get lucky and this one will have some platinum in it before I have to log. Cargo bay's full, but that's only half. Let's see if I can get a few more. Oh, platinum, 9.22. We're just going to come in, get close enough, kill the engine. Full pips, not that I needed them, but just to make sure. We'll see if we can get this one done. Then I'll log. I'll probably play some American Truck Simulator or Subnautica or Grounded 2 or something. Probably American Truck Simulator. Keeps me in the mindset of driving a truck. Maybe I'll pass that CDL test next week and I'll tell them it's all because of American Truck Simulator. And they'll be like, it's because of what? Like, don't worry about it. You're not a gamer. You don't get it. Here we go. Let me get this one done. Let them collect, and then I'll log off. Boom. What a nice ship. I really do like this. Looks like, are we still collecting? Nope, I think that's it. Cargo scoop up. I'm going to get ready for combat. I'll leave my guy out. I'm going to get some distance from the asteroids because I know when I log back in next time there's going to be bots that drop in. That's plenty of cushion right there, I think. All right, he's out. Pips are set for combat. Switch to this. Switch to this. All right. Well, I guess that's it. I guess I'm out of here. So, oh shit. Let's see if I can accept your group invite real quick. Boom. I got you 3. I'm in there. All right, guys and gals and commanders, 07, and don't forget your limpets. I'm out. Have a good one. Time for some American Truck Simulator. Yeah, see you 3.